overall we're pretty pleased, with the effort and the response, coming off our first loss, and to rebound like that, not necessarily like rebound to get a rebound, like we did that well too. But we rebounded from the first game on Thursday, and just liked how we moved the basketball, and the decision making for the most part, and then the assist totals were excellent, and then our activity on defense really helped in the first half, and so a lot of positives from this.
So what was behind the decision with the new lineup and playing zone defense from the get-go?
It just I'm not that could change at a moment's notice. Remy and Lou are two of the best players on our team, and we've settled into the 8-man rotation, and really any of those guys could start at any given day, and I just thought that we needed to do something to just shake things up a little bit. But I mean, those guys are going to be on the floor a lot, and have a lot of influence on success and what we have the rest of the year.
You weren't sending a message by that lineup to those two?
Well, I mean, it's we needed to change some things and just be better in certain key areas in decision making, understanding game management, time and possession, and those were key areas with Lou and Remy in the first half, as we had a big lead versus Utah. So we just need to have a level of accountability, and they didn't hang their heads. When their number was called, they came in and had a huge impact. Lou had a very good overall game, and his defense on McKinley Wright when we were in man was excellent, and then Remy just with 8 assists and 2 turnovers, he really was a good floor leader. His bounce pass to Romello was a terrific pass, and he had several others.
What led you to play Lake and Romello together starting?
Well, I mean, you would imagine what yesterday might have been like, and you could ask the guys if you want. I'm not going to talk about what yesterday was like, because I already had to go through yesterday with the guys. So we just needed to get 5 guys on the floor and try and select 5 guys. I mean, in a perfect world, that may not be the lineup that we're going to start the rest of the year, and certainly maybe not even the next game. I don't know who we're going to start yet, but it's just, again, trying to establish a level of accountability.
Does Romello have that skill set to kind of play in the middle of the zone on the offensive side?
I mean, he's comfortable in the paint, and you've seen when he gets the ball against man defense and the ball goes into the post to him, he could, if teams go in double, he can pass, and he's got a good feel for that. He's got good touch, so he made a nice little 10-footer facing up. I liked a lot of what he did, but when you put Zylan and Daquan and Mello out there, you're kind of securing the back line of your defense, and I thought that was good initially for us to get off to a good start on that end of the floor. That was a main priority after giving up 96 points on Thursday night.
The energy net level never changed. When you were up by 5, it was the same. 17 was the same. That always playing your game. Big difference than the other night. What do you think went into?
I mean, if you look at our whole season, we were great in the first half versus Mississippi State. They made a big run back. We held them off late. Nevada, big lead at the half. Didn't handle the end of the first half well. It could have been even a bigger lead. And then we didn't take care of business in the second half the way we needed to. And Kansas in the first half, not great, but then we came storming back. Georgia, not great in the first half, storming back. We just have to find more of a level of consistency and this was probably as close as we played to putting together 2 very good halves. And I still think that there's a lot of ways we can improve if the guys play together and move the basketball the way we did tonight.
Bobby, on the Pac-12 broadcast at the end of the game, they said that every basket that was scored in the second half was off an assist. I don't know if that's looking back at this or not. Do you know that? Or
I was told that in the locker room, so I'm not, again, I guess that's accurate, and that's makes you feel great as a coach in a quick turnaround after, you struggled, and I wouldn't say our offense was necessarily the reason we lost to Utah, but it became an issue as the game wore on. But you love to see your team sharing the basketball like that. I think we had 32 field goals, 24 assists, so it's great numbers.
This is something to be said when you play zone defense right off the bat. When you have the new lineup, you're really throwing a serious monkey wrench into the scouting report of Colorado.
I mean, I'm sure that they didn't, If I was preparing for us, I would not have, thought that we would play zone. We haven't shown it really, except in really small doses. But I thought it made sense for, the lineup that we were starting, and we worked on it yesterday in practice. So and just with the length again, and the mobility of our guys, I think it's something that we're gonna take a closer look at going forward. And in addition to playing man, because I think we could be good at either defense. It just depends where your intentions are and how hard you play, no matter what defense you're in.
It seemed like they were kind of unaffected by going to the bench. I know you're minimizing it, but the way that they played, it didn't really seem as though they were affected by it.
I just think that, again, I've said, like, we have 8 guys that can start. I mean, I think that the rotation that we've kind of settled into now with those 8 guys, really any one of them, I would be very comfortable putting out on the floor in a starting role. I'm not putting a lot of emphasis on who starts. Those guys are all going to get the minutes, and it'll get distributed, and there'll be fouls and other things that come into play that will change that some. But I liked how everyone responded. Everyone had just the right approach to attacking this game.
Bobby, would that be about the stat line you'd want to see out of Remy in terms of assists?
I think Remy's going to find a balance of finding more chances for him to score. There might have been a few that he might have passed up, but he's got the right approach, the mindset of looking to get his teammates involved and finding the open teammate as a point guard. That just makes everything function so much better. Guys are more willing to run the floor because he can thread the needle like he did with that bounce pass to Romello, and that's going to make Romello run harder. And there were other examples, and so I liked how he listened to what we talked about, and it wasn't just Remy or Lou or it was everybody. Hey, we got to share it, and we got to get the right shot for Arizona State. And if we do that, then we'll be in a position to rebound it. And if we don't get the rebound, then chances are we'll get back on defense better. I think if you take good shot selection, and you don't have live ball turnovers, then they're not going to score as easy in the open court. And that was a big issue versus Utah. Thank you, guys.